My name is Susan. My last name is Larkin. And I met Peg in a memoir writing class that Derek was teaching. So the dots are connected. Peg convinced me to do NaNoWriMo last year. And I did it. So that was very fun. It was amazing. So Peg said that we should read the very first day. Okay. So this is my very first day last year. It was a hell of a time. Everyone was ramping up to 2012, and it was still 2009. I was sitting in a coffee shop with a few other writers when he walked in. Fedora cocked to one side and a violin case slung over one hip. Floor-length duster moving as he walked. Cowboy boots, old ones, with scuffed sides. I bet he drove fast. I bet he made love slow. He'd know me pretty soon. The music was light jazz and a flippin' round style of funky stuff. Start your engines, baby. You're gonna be mine by nightfall. I used to play violin back when I was a kid. Quit when I caught sight of my first grown-up boyfriend. I mean, Billy in kindergarten didn't count anymore, nor Robert, nor Bob, nor Bus, nor... Good God, had I always been running after boys? Yeah, said the not-so-quiet boy-happy voice in my head. You love guys, and you know it. Big ones, little ones, old ones, young ones. And if they show the least interest in you, well, sit back. The door flung shut with a breeze behind Duster, and she decided it was time to freshen up. Take a look at the hairstyle that got her here. See if it could cut it for the kind of looks she was ready to fling around. Hey, is that you? Shouted someone she always thought was a floozy. Oh shit, she thought, not the peer group she would hope chosen for this day. It is! Sherry, get out! Where have you been? Did you ever go back to Oklahoma? Isn't that where you headed the last time we connected? How's your son? Still teaching at Alberto? I was just staring at her now, smiling softly as though I'd turned into a monk or something and was in the middle of a vow of silence. So much has changed, I thought to myself. What do I say? What would work right now? You know, I feel so awkward. I can't remember your name. And really, how did we know each other? You look kind of familiar to me, but can you help me out a little? Oh man, you can't be serious, she blurted. Damn, I wish you would just disappear. Your dog and mine. Remember they actually introduced us at the park in Virginia, you know, down by the Potomac. It was 2001. Oh, sheesh. No wonder all I remembered was the vibe. It was that lady. It was Sarah. The homeless lady who I thought would be fun to help out for a while, until it got just too messy. I learned that if you help someone who has no clue how to make life work day to day, the slope just butts up to their door and they fall down it again. Just when you were beginning to feel a little good, even a little noble, that you took your eyes off yourself for once and just, well, helped out. But hell, feelings flew around in the frontal lobe that took her out. God knows if Duster is even in the coffee shop anymore. She was having flashbacks about her mom, flashbacks about Virginia, flashbacks about Oklahoma. Shit, what did she want to say to this fleeting leaf in her life? But a leaf that carried so damn much baggage. She had to acknowledge that everything did happen for a reason. And plain and simple, Sarah was part of all that. Couldn't help but be. Sarah. She flashed back to the day when she picked her up in her Honda Civic hatchback, and she was wearing the most outrageously, ridiculously long, blonde, wavy wig and a neon orange baseball cap. Between the size of her huge physique and the hat and the wig, the whole batch almost didn't fit in the front seat she was squeezing into. And the hot pants that clearly revealed that she wasn't wearing quite enough in the underwear department. Good God, Sarah. She took a deep breath, smiled a compassionate memory smile, and walked quietly toward the bathroom. After all, that was her plan before she saw Sarah. Get ready for Dusty. Yeah, focus on the prize, not the past, with all its convoluted endings and beginnings. Memories of her mother came flooding in before she could even open the bathroom door. She could have turned out like Sarah if her dad hadn't rescued her out of a life path that would have torn up a lonely wanderer like Sarah seemed to be. The music changed. Soft music, soft, smooth voice of Michael Bublé came slinking into the bathroom, singing from under the door. No speakers in there. She wanted to dance in the dark, feel someone pull her closer. It'd been a while. The last boyfriend was in a drift mode, and so was she. Didn't really want to reveal how ready she was for absolutely no one in her life. Just give me a prayer, she thought. Just give me a quiet song from a younger heart. I want to be alone. The attraction of the duster boy was waning. Maybe that sugar cookie, rise me up and set me down, she thought to herself. No one likes to feel alone. No one. That violin brought back memories. She used to play one when she was in grade school. It all started with Camptown races. That middle bridge from Dust in the Wind was the only enticement to play as a grown-up. Then there was the fiddle player from Iron Horse she saw play on the stage in Kenosha. Kenosha was in Wisconsin, a nice little town on the lake she grew up on. Good old Lake Michigan. She loved it in Lake Forest, loved it in Milwaukee, even had a favorite beach in Oostburg. Is that you? What? Duster was forced to answer Sarah now. Laramie, right? When? I've lived in Laramie. Was it in that bar on Snowy Range? Remember the pool table at the summit? Duster answered, yeah, that's it. Shira, is that you? Damn, have we changed, eh? You still have that dog, she asked? Nah, poor Butch went down a few years ago, got hit by a stray and just never was, got bit by a stray and just never was the same. Big fight, should have let him go sooner. How about you? You still have those cats? You think, she laughed? I wouldn't know how to get by if I didn't have all those felines stretching all over me. I've lived a lot of places since Laramie, but I've never been without my cats. Want a drink? What, they got wine here? Well, we could get a clue on that coffee you're drinking for old time's sake, eh? I was blown away. Fuck, the two of them were getting it on. Sherry, Sarah called out, come on over, join us. What? I looked up as though I'd not been watching their every move since I got out of the John. Oh, well, what the heck? Kind of uncanny how we just all show up at the same place after all these years. We might as well toast to that at least. Duster's cowboy boot twitched a little. I like that. Oh, let me introduce you to, Sarah offered. Jamie, this is still Sherry? Well, actually, people just call me Cher these days. Okay, Cher, Jamie. Hi, I said casually. Well, how do you know Sarah? He began. Oh, God, he had a southern accent. I have a problem with southern accents on men. I remember I noticed it when I was a teenager watching the dating game. I was totally into one of the guys until he spoke. See, I'd grown up in the north, and there was more. My mother was from New England. There was more. Our town was a little snotty. I suppose the word I'm looking for is snobby. So you tie all that in a bow, and well, men with southern accents? Well, not only did I not know any, I thought the accent meant that the person was dumb, uneducated, not in my league. What crap. How could this kind of antiquated garbage still be in this mind of mine? Get over it. Look at the guy. And the violin, what's that about? Sarah burped. That broke my concentration on trying to overcome attitudes that reeked of blind judgments and criticisms in the face of the ever-present now. How could I just let go of that one? Oh, I get it. This is the universe's way of having me confront that situation of an old belief interfering with the current now moment. Okay? Thank you, God. I'm good with it. Teach me. Teach me. You know, Jamie, I just have to tell you, I was so surprised when you spoke up and I heard a southern accent. Is that right? He said slowly. Yep, I don't have any friends with southern accents, never have. So I mean, you don't like it? Well, it's just new for me, that's all. And I figured since it was something I was noticing so much that I ought to let you know. Why is that? He looked at me curiously. Well, because if I am processing this conversation at a level where I'm working through an underlying reaction to something that is going to be as ever present as your accent, I felt I should let you know. Why is that? Well, it's just that if I'm going to be distracted by that simply because of my own mindsets and past patterns, it just gives the texture of our initial meeting quite a context, you know? Sarah, what the hell is she talking about? Oh, you don't know this lady the way I do. I probably should have said something. She's obsessed with her own evolution. What? I reacted right away. Well, she said, aren't you? Blew me away, and my phone rang.